Well, it's Monday and it's another box. So this was a little bit of a not a drama really, but the guy had enabled the combined postage discount, so you could request a new invoice, taking in consideration I'd bought 3 separate lots. I don't know whether he didn't read, didn't go on eBay, I got no contact numbers. You know, I'd kept getting the reminders off eBay to pay for the items, and I then put in another request for another invoice, and nothing happened. And he then eventually emailed me and was like, "Do you want these things?" And I said, he said, "Do you want these things? I think you have to request an invoice." I thought, well, you could actually send me the invoice exactly the same way as when you're going to do it when I ask for it. So I said, well, I've already requested 2 times, now 3, because after the email I sent another one in. And then another day later he did send an invoice with the correct postage amount, which was quite a reasonable post. So these cost me, I think, £45 with the postage all in for 6 wagons. So not an absolute bargain. The first 2 are Norfolk and Southern, so they took the shine off the deal. But the other wagons are, I believe, exactly the same, just a different logo. So these are probably old Bachman ones. One of them needs a new coupling, no biggie there. They're on plastic wheels, so they probably could do with an upgrade. A broken step there now. Nothing too exciting. I have got some other Norfolk and Southern tall cars. I think they're the same, they might be bigger. I know they're 3 bay. These are the former Norfolk and Western Railroad. I've got a wheel missing off that one, that's not a biggie either. So yeah, they're not a wee bit more than they were probably worth, but it was sort of evened out because I got the other 2 pairs for £12.50. So as you can see, it's exactly the same car, just Norfolk and Western, and these were Norfolk and Western, they've been rebranded, so I may leave them and weather them up so that it just looks like they've got the old remnants, or I could just repaint that out, and again the dreaded Norfolk and Southern logo to stick in its place, which is what I bought them for they'll make a rake up. So just a few bits from AliExpress today. Some copy of the wagon connectors, just as effective but a lot cheaper, especially on one of their deals where they're like £2.50 with free shipping. So I bought 30 of them. I did get some dentistry tools for carving, and they're quite handy when you're soldering because they're stainless, they don't stick to the lead, so that you can hold bits in place. And my wife got one of these bottle lamps, which is basically a wine bottle with a plastic battery holder fake cork, and inside it they shove a load of little coloured LEDs. Now they did turn up in my feed on AliExpress, but they were sort of like 2 meters long. I didn't want one that long because I thought they were quite a small coloured bulb. Don't know whether they'll show up here very well, but I managed to find one with only 1 meter long, so I thought they'd be quite good to on one of the many pubs that I'm going to have, to string along the front of the pub and then maybe across to a tree in the pub garden for the bear garden. And it was 42p. I did have to supply my own batteries though, but I will obviously take that off the power bus and run it from a auxiliary power supply and not batteries. But I thought that was quite cheap and effective for a little bit of, well, I suppose if you want to do a Christmas theme with Christmas lights, but just for like a little beer garden type thing. We're not hanging around today, I've already opened them. Save you the pain of the packaging. So we bought this for £5. It's still in its kit form, Quaker State, Help Cars Last. It's one of the tank train series, which I did buy a couple of others before. I don't think they're in existence now, but I've never seen anything like it on the rails. But they have a strange walkway and then the pipes interconnect between the tanks. I think the idea was obviously you'd transfer the fluids out of the whole set from one point. So I just thought it was a little bit of interesting, I suppose, rail history that's no longer, or you don't see it. And it was cheap. I had got another couple on order with that other shop, which may or may not feature. I've got to check my credit card to make sure the stated refund is back. Another one was another bit of a odd one. I purchased this on the 4th of April, or 2nd of April. It was dispatched allegedly on the 4th of April. The eBay notification came up, but I never had any tracking. Which, if they don't go through eBay's postage service, if they don't physically put it in, you don't get it. So I got it a couple of days ago, as time of recording, it's now the 17th. And well, it was on 48-hour carrier. I know we've had the bank holiday, but even so, it should have been with me before. So I left it a little bit longer. Then I messaged him a few days ago and didn't get a response back. So I thought, because it's a known model shop called Furness Models. And I finally got a response today apologising for it, that it had been left in a pile of stuff, packaging, parcels, and missed. Quite how you can miss a parcel, I don't know, when you've packed it up and got it ready, but he was apologetic and put it on 24-hour shipping, so obviously posted it yesterday, arrived today. Somewhat later than anticipated. It is an Atlas Norfolk and Southern box car, former Northwestern, and it is sort of like slightly better marketed ones. They got the raised handrails and ladders, foot pegs, the stirrups are nice, fine art detail. Doesn't look to have done a lot of work. Detailed underside, and I think these are plastic rather than brass etched, but it's got like the etched stands over the couplings. Wasn't cheap, £19, but then for the level of it, I guess it's not expensive. You can squeeze them in here in case you break the leady things. But yeah, when, as I've said before, when you put it in perspective to what you know, a British Bachmann VGA wagon or something is, you won't get them for less than £20. So I guess it's not cheap, but it's not expensive.